Hi, welcome to Surgyy Micro-Class. So I'm Nasir. I'm the founder of Surgyy Design Labs. In Surgyy Micro-Class, we'll pick one small topic and we're going to talk a few minutes about it. Today, we are going to talk about product adoption and the three U's of product adoption. So product adoption has a lot of literature going on it. It is really important for businesses, right? So because your product has to get used, it should be market viable and so on. The three U's are going to give more of a framework to see the usage concept or see the usage steps and where exactly in the usage step it is failing. So again, there are a lot of techniques, tips, and so on, but we're going to talk more on defining the problem. So once we define the problem right, solving it is the next step. So the first U that we're going to talk about is the usefulness. So does it fit a purpose? So anything that fits a purpose is basically eligible to make an entrance, right? So if you take a look around yourself, this monitor or the screen that you're looking at, or it can be a notebook, anything that you find near you, it definitely fits a purpose. If it doesn't, it's going to be out, right? So again, when you're trying to analyze, you can think about the different markets, or you can try to target different segments and so on, where your product can be more useful. You can try to find out more use cases, you can try to add more features, functionalities, and so on to make the product more useful. The second is called usability. So usable is the second U. So if you look at multiple useful options, so the product, like you see the monitor here, right? So earlier monitors were like that CRT monitor. Now it is much more usable. I'm sorry. So if you see the earliest generations of iPhones, they were also useful, but now we have more usable options in the iPhone. So it's similarly. So different competitors can compete on the usability of a product. Again, this has to do how the user is using it, or what are the usage scenarios, what are the difficulties users are facing. So you can try to analyze that and make our products more useful. The third part is basically anything that is beyond just the product in the market. So it basically is the entire practical journey of using and adopting the product. A product can be both useful and usable, but it might not get used. So we can think more about the ecosystem. So if you see the earliest electric cars have been around since 1890s, right? And we're still trying to adopt them. So basically, the electric car didn't give the driver the same sort of experience of driving. It was less powerful initially. Then the battery life, then basically charging of the batteries, right? How do you charge electric vehicles? The entire ecosystem didn't develop for it, maintenance and so on. There's a lot of things. It didn't just pick up and become the central ecosystem. Again, if you think of new innovation, something that is coming up, like human carrying drones, for example, right? So it's a long way from getting used, because you have to think about the air traffic, you have to think about the driving license for it, and so on. Useful, usable, used. So these are quite helpful for you to analyze at which step your product is actually failing, or at which step it can be further enhanced, right? I hope you found this quite helpful. There are a number of tips, tricks, and techniques, or strategies of product adoption, but we're trying to focus more on defining it, and from a problem solving perspective and from a user's perspective. I hope you found this helpful. Yeah, so we'll be back with more interesting topics. Do share your comments or feedbacks. I hope you subscribe us. Uh, so yeah, talk to you next time.